In 1958, when I was only 3 years old, my mom and dad took me to the first McDonald's franchise in California. This was before McDonald's had even sold 1 million hamburgers. Back then, we didn't have to worry about contaminated foods, including genetically modified organisms, or what's referred to today as GMO. Today, McDonald's is located in 119 countries, with over 33,000 restaurants feeding nearly 68 million people every day. But now, hamburgers, milkshakes, and fries that are sold at McDonald's are contaminated with GMO and other toxins like glyphosate or glufosinate. This is an indisputable fact. I mention McDonald's for 2 reasons. First, McDonald's became iconic for what's wrong with our food supply and the standard American diet. But second, McDonald's is a perfect example of how a single concept or idea like fast food, when introduced at the right time, can take hold and spread across the world to affect millions upon millions of consumers. Now, if you want to make $500,000 a year by selling contaminated GMO foods, then you can purchase a McDonald's franchise for up to $6 million. But I've got a much better, more powerful idea to tell you about, and I'll show you how it can be worth much more than a McDonald's franchise. It's called a health merchant. This idea will create a clean food revolution to benefit millions of consumers by protecting them from contaminated foods and driving down prices. If you're qualified, you can participate in this. Hello, my name is Rod Smith. That's me on the porch of my home in Spring City, Utah. Here's another photo of my granddaughter, Evie, and me. I'm an entrepreneur. By any standard, I've enjoyed great success through my business career. I don't want to go into the details in this presentation, but I have founded and run a successful public company that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. I've also endured through some pretty tough times and several failures that taught me great lessons and gave me valuable experience. And I'll tell you something that until now was a secret. It's something that even my wife never knew about me until after we got married. From the age of 16, my greatest business ambition was to build a buying collective. What's a buying collective? It's a collection of millions of consumers that act in unison to combine their purchasing power to get the lowest prices possible. It's ironic because back then when I was thinking about doing that, it was through a catalog business, if you can believe it. I didn't know anything I know today, and there was no internet. I talked about this idea briefly with my wife Jean after we got married when I was about 30 years old, but my business experience was limited and the timing just didn't seem right. Well, a lot's changed since then, and now I'm prepared to accomplish one of my most important missions in life. This is a picture of my family. It was taken in 2008. It was the year that we started Green Polka Dot Box. All of our children got involved, with most working full-time in the early years of our history. Here's my wife, Jean. She is my top advisor and our quality control specialist. Soraya is our oldest. She worked with all the product manufacturers and food producers. Hunter here is now our purchasing manager. Dylan is working in sales while pursuing a career in medicine. And Rachel is a nurse, so she has an interest in teaching people about healthy dietary lifestyles. And this is Olivia, who has worked in our legendary service group. I admit, we didn't know everything about GMO and organic food back then, but we did know one thing that I thought mattered most, and that is that consumers don't like to pay retail for healthy food. The timing was right, and I saw an opportunity to build that buying collective I've always dreamed about. A collective that would unite millions of consumers to combine their purchasing power and make healthy foods affordable to everyone, no matter where they live. It wasn't long after we started building Green Polka Dot Box that I began to understand it wasn't just price that mattered, but also the quality of our food supply. I learned that some healthy foods weren't healthy at all. And I learned about Monsanto and other chemical companies and food manufacturers and their proliferation of GMO and toxic herbicides and pesticides in our food supply. And that 70% of the food on the grocery store shelf is now contaminated. I began to realize that the health and well-being of our countrymen was at stake. Even that lives of future generations are at stake. And that's when I really became passionate and filled with an even greater desire Jean and I, along with our children, have set out on a mission to help all people, young and old, learn about and understand true principles and practices that foster healthy dietary lifestyles and eradicate disease, to eliminate the distribution of foods made with harmful ingredients, including genetically modified organisms, by giving consumers better alternatives and providing all consumers with access to clean foods at the lowest possible prices, including free home delivery. After $13 million invested and more than 8 years of hard work, our little company has acquired significant business wisdom and experience while learning how to build a buying collective to sell clean foods online. This is our green polka dot box store. It is state-of-the-art for online sales, lightning fast, and loaded with thousands of clean food products. You'll be interested to know that we have fulfilled more than 100,000 online orders so far, generating over $8 million in sales. We have a proven business model, but it's just the beginning. The buying collective is starting to take shape now. Notwithstanding all the good things we've accomplished, I learned that we can achieve our mission and build a buying collective of millions of consumers so much faster by cloning or replicating Green Polka Dot Box into thousands of centers of influence we call health merchants. In other words, by creating thousands of independent health merchant stores exactly like Green Polka Dot Box, we could reach millions of consumers faster, and that's where you come in. Our company is taking the leadership role through the expansion of a collective of health merchants to educate a public that has long been kept in the dark about our contaminated food supply, and to consolidate an economic force so powerful that it can drive down pricing for clean foods while impeding, if not stopping entirely, the proliferation of contaminated foods, including GMO, dead in its tracks. I have already enrolled hundreds of healthcare practitioners, dietitians, authors, publishers, nonprofit organizations, business owners, health club owners, nutritionists, health coaches, entrepreneurs, and several prominent national organizations and businesses into the collective of health merchants. You're looking at an example of an actual health merchant storefront for moms across America, a growing national organization of hundreds of thousands of moms that are dedicated to eating clean foods and eradicating GMO. This is a health merchant store of the National March Against Monsanto organization that has over 800,000 followers. And this is one for Innovision Health Media that has over 500,000 subscribers to its health publications and journals. Can you see where I'm going with this? Right now, we can reach a couple of million consumers through our collective of health merchants, but I've got my sights set on 65 million adults and their families within the next 5 years. So, what is a health merchant, and why would you want to become one? The health merchant is a non-stocking distributor for Green Polka Dot Box with the right to purchase an online health store that is identified in the unique name or brand of the health merchant. But the point is, this can be your store with your own name and logo or the name of your practice or business at the top of the page. As we scan across the header, you can see the categories of products offered at your store. Shoppers can easily identify and select a product category. The next page that displays those products in the category selected includes layered navigation alternatives showing subcategories and brands that carry the products desired. Shoppers can drill down and see detailed product description pages that include pricing comparisons, reviews, ingredients, nutritional facts, and dietary attributes of the product. Perhaps now would be a good time to point out that your online store will offer the lowest prices on all popular brands and products, guaranteed. This is important, obviously, to building customer trust and purchasing loyalty. Your customers will know they can't find a better deal anywhere else. As a health merchant, you'll have the right to sell all of the clean food products that are carried in stock by Green Polka Dot Box at the lowest prices guaranteed and earn profit. For every 100 customers shopping monthly, spending an average of $200 per order, you'll generate $20,000 in monthly revenues. 10% of that is $2,000 in profit. With 500 customers shopping and spending monthly, your store will generate $100,000 in revenues and $10,000 in profits. With 5,000 customers shopping monthly, your profits could be as high as $100,000 monthly. You get the idea. If you have influence over health-minded consumers through your business or profession or organization, or if you know how to find them, you can be in business instantly, generating revenues and profits. Your Health Merchant store will be stocked with hundreds of the nation's top brands and their best-selling clean products. It's taken me years to develop relationships with these manufacturers, to negotiate with them, persuade them, to make their product lines available at true distributor pricing and deep discounted promotions. Your store will carry not only the most established popular brands, but also the products of new emerging brands the public has yet to discover, like Apithel and Cardio Miracle, and many more that make their appearance on the clean food stage. All these brands have been carefully vetted to make certain that their products contain no contaminants, including genetically modified ingredients. Green Polka Dot Box has engaged a certified organic nutritionist who is involved in the early stages of product evaluation and selection. Her name is Patty James.
Hi, my name's Patty James. I stand guard here at Green Polka Dot Box to make sure that no toxic chemicals, harmful ingredients, or genetically modified ingredients, GMOs, ever get on this website. Yes, I'm a real person. My credentials? Well, I have a master's degree in holistic nutrition, and among other accomplishments, I founded the nation's first certified organic cooking school. But my most important accomplishment? I'm a mother of 3 children and a doting grandmother. I do what I do because of my family. They are the reason I cook and eat clean, and I've been doing this even before non-GMO foods were all the rage. And today I stand on guard, not only to continue to protect my family, but yours too. As the nutritionist and ingredient analyst for the Green Polka Dot Box, you can trust me when I say that we only carry clean foods. You don't ever have to worry about that. On guard! Okay, relax. I'm not going to harm you.
You see, our mission includes the mandate that the public is able to trust that we have carefully vetted every product and ingredient so that they can shop at your store with confidence, knowing that your product offering is clean. With Patty's help, your store will offer over 2,200 clean food products, and that number's growing. Plans are underway to increase your store's product selection to include more than 3,000 SKUs by the end of this year. Our product selection to be offered at your Health Merchant store includes all the varieties of shelf-stable goods for the pantry, along with a growing selection of frozen and refrigerated foods, including grass-fed beef in all of the various cuts, organic pork and poultry, wild-caught salmon, halibut, and other varieties, along with pizza, artisan breads, and a number of sprouted bread varieties. And of course, we carry a growing number of dairy products. I am committed to achieving the best all-around selection of essential foods possible for your store. My goal is to help you capture the monthly grocery spending of every health-minded consumer within your sphere of influence. I want your store to be a one-stop shop, meeting all the dietary needs and demands of all consumer types. My plan is to unite health merchants to drive down prices for clean foods, to make the products offered at your store be in high demand, and to create unprecedented purchasing loyalty so that you can have a growing recurring income. And you can earn profits without the headaches and hassles that are typically associated with running a business. Because I'm offering you a turnkey online health store that is fully functional with state-of-the-art technology. I'm talking about a store that has been developed to create an extraordinary customer experience. Turnkey means that the moment your store opens for business, it will be ready to start processing orders and generating profits. Because Green Polka Dot Box is managing the operations of your store, performing every aspect of the day-to-day tasks necessary to keep products in stock, handling customer service inquiries, performing all the marketing services to drive traffic to your store and create orders, and reporting all activities to you through your account dashboard, you are free to pay more attention to the important things in life. I'm talking about a business for you that never sleeps, that can generate recurring income for the lifetime of your store because it's powered around the clock by my company, Green Polka Dot Box. We have developed the expertise and capabilities to handle all logistics and operations in behalf of your store and the orders that it generates, including how to custom pick and pack every customer's order with precision and speed. We have developed the unique ability to package and ship a variety of goods, including glass items, and to pack diverse frozen orders and refrigerated goods. These various products, both frozen and dry goods, are skillfully organized and combined in one single shipping box. The example you're seeing here is a 63-pound box that will be shipped for free to the home of a California shopper. We have developed a very high level of customer service to back up your store to the extent that we call it legendary. It's such a high level of customer care and support that your customers tell legends about you and your store. Customers can call and actually speak to a real person. The friendly service representatives at Green Polka Dot Box are trained to answer the call before it goes to voicemail. And for convenience, live chat or email correspondence is also available. Every attention to detail has been considered to provide an extraordinary level of care and support for your customers so you don't have to worry. I've built a solid foundation for the launch of your Health Merchant store, and you can have great confidence in my company's ability to provide all the infrastructure and logistical support that is essential to your success. At the most fundamental level, the only effort required of you is to inform others about your store and ask for their permission to send email, because two very important services are included with your Health Merchant store: a comprehensive media kit and a promotion subscription. These services will empower you to attract customers to shop, get order conversions, and build purchasing loyalty at your store. The media kit includes a collection of electronic and ready-for-print advertising and promotional tools, all branded in the name of your store, such as business cards, letterhead and stationery, information pass cards, raffle cards, flyers, brochures, door hangers, posters, banners, table covers, stand-up displays, trade show displays, PowerPoint presentations, and videos. My company will produce between 25 to 30 short-form videos per year, generally 3 to 6 minutes in length, and these videos will cover a broad range of vital health topics to help customers understand the steps to improve health and wellness through what they eat. Some videos will introduce new and compelling products. Others will be produced for marketing purposes to help you increase your customer base. You will receive every conceivable marketing and information tool required to help you attract new customers. In addition, you'll receive a lifetime subscription to Green Polka Dot Box promotions. On a weekly basis, Green Polka Dot Box will prepare electronic marketing messages to convey special product promotions. This occurs generally at least twice a week, and these promotions offer extraordinary values on popular products and brands. They are of such a high value and exceptionally low price that it would be difficult, if not impossible, for customers to find similar values anywhere else. The marketing messaging and product promotion emails are so compelling, we average conversion rates that are more than 270% higher than the average of other online retailers in our category. Our weekly promotions to shoppers generate from 13% to 27% conversions to order, depending on the strength of the brand or the products we offer at special prices. You'll get a sneak preview through your account dashboard to view all upcoming promotions and videos before they are released and emailed to your customers. In fact, you will have complete discretion to determine which promotions or emails you want forwarded to your customers. Green Polka Dot Box will invest as much as $600,000 annually to make available all the media tools and promotions that are necessary to attract customers to your store and get order conversions. These services are provided for the lifetime of your store. You will have an account dashboard that is a repository of all essential links and reports necessary for you to monitor activity related to your store. It includes links to the media kit for downloading the advertising collateral and videos. It also includes analytical data on store activity such as unique visitors, bounce rates, conversion rates, referral visits, referral conversions, order results, revenues per order, profits per order. All these reports can be viewed in real time or during specific periods of activity. As I provide to you these marketing and sales tools and reporting on store activity, your task becomes a simple one: inviting people to receive valuable, free health education and information about the lowest prices for clean foods guaranteed. You can create a world of good through your influence as a health merchant, having an impact on hundreds to thousands of individuals and their families because of the education and information you will provide. Perhaps this is one of the most compelling reasons why a health merchant distributorship will be valuable to you: the opportunity to influence for the better the many individuals you can reach. You must be wondering, how is it possible for my store to remain competitive in pricing? What about other competition? How can I be sure that I'll always have the best prices and service? And what is it that will retain my customers' purchasing loyalty? Well, please pay close attention as I present my business plan for 2015. I'm going to offer no more than 2,000 health merchant distributorships this year, maybe less. I've explained how we've already signed up hundreds of health merchants, including large influential organizations, and at the current rate of enrollment, we'll be sold out quickly. But let me show you how the buying collective we are building is going to work. Take a look here at how your store pricing currently compares to average retail pricing across several essential food categories. Note that your store has an advantage, but watch and see how pricing is impacted as our buying collective grows. I'll give you a conservative example. 2,000 health merchants, each with only 100 active customers who spend $200 monthly, would generate $40 million in monthly sales. That's an annual run rate of $480 million. This increase in sales would impact your pricing in a significant manner. You can see how the increase in sales results in a significant drop in pricing up to an additional 25%. The drop in price occurs because the volume of sales will be high enough for Green Polka Dot Box to expand its distribution footprint. This map shows the addition of 3 distribution centers located in eastern, midwestern, and northwestern states. By expanding the distribution footprint, Green Polka Dot Box will cut both inbound and outbound shipping costs by as much as 50% while decreasing delivery times to your customers to only 1 or 2 days. The increased sales volume will also facilitate inbound shipments to the company's distribution centers by the truckload rather than by pallets and cases. This will lead to a significant drop in inbound shipping costs per unit while garnering deeper volume distributor discounts from the manufacturer. With significantly lower pricing, your prospective customers will notice your competitive advantage. You see, my goal is to do enough sales volume and get the traction to get Walmart pricing without the equivalent of having one on every corner, so that your store has the very best and lowest pricing without market saturation, so that people are coming to you regularly to purchase their groceries each month, each week, because your pricing is 35% to 50% below the market pricing for health foods in the organic market. As the shoppers in our buying collective continue to increase, I plan to make Green Polka Dot Box vertically integrated across all essential food groups. This means that the company will cut out all the middle cost incurred when it pays growers, brokers, and distributors by growing its own food for its own distribution, sold directly through its health merchants. As Green Polka Dot Box becomes vertically integrated in the essential food categories, or in other words, as it begins growing and controlling the entire production, processing, distribution of essential food categories, you'll see prices fall even further. For example, pricing for finished, grass-fed beef is more than 50% higher than it would be if Green Polka Dot Box produced its own cattle. Imagine the impact on your store sales if it became known by your potential customers that you, their favorite health merchant, offers the highest quality, aged, grass-fed beef at an average of only $4.50 a pound, less than half of the current market price for grass-fed beef at all other stores. It wouldn't take long to get their attention, but that is just the beginning. The principle of vertical integration is the same applied to many different essential food areas, including a wide range of produce such as root crops, onions, potatoes, beets, and many others, citrus groves of oranges, lemons, limes, tangerines, grains including ancient varieties, oats, barley, and others. Everything mentioned here would be non-GMO and absolutely clean without exception. As the health-minded public, all those prospective customers who receive your emails would begin to flock to your store to save money on clean foods. But it doesn't stop there. Another example of vertical integration is demonstrated by our plans to develop living produce growing centers across the United States. I've been working on developing a new technology for year-round climate and environmentally controlled greenhouse food production that would facilitate growing for a broad range of leafy green vegetables, lettuce varieties, and herbs of all kinds, and many popular vine crops such as tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and squash varieties. Much of it using a vertical aeroponic growing system that has been developed and tested extensively. My company, Green Polka Dot Box, is developing living produce, a new solution to the world's hunger problems, providing superior harvest and nutrient density while eliminating the use of harmful, toxic herbicides and pesticides. In other words, with living produce, we can feed the entire world clean food at a much lower cost without using GMOs and toxic chemicals. Living produce is based on a new patent-pending technology that allows us to grow organic produce hydroponically with a patented organic water-soluble plant food formula that results in superior nutrient uptake and density. The plants we grow will be harvested alive with the root systems intact to preserve freshness and flavor right up until the time they are consumed, almost as if you had picked it yourself from your own garden. Imagine ordering fresh vegetables you love, grown locally, having them delivered to your front door at half the price you'd normally pay, lasting twice as long in your refrigerator or out because the plants are living. Living produce growing centers can be built anywhere in the world where there's water. Anyone can participate and enjoy clean, leafy green vegetables and herbs for just pennies on the dollar of what it would normally cost on a year-round basis. And living produce by Green Polka Dot Box is potentially so compelling it could capture the attention of health-minded consumers everywhere. To fully understand the impact of living produce, using conventional farming techniques, 1 square meter of fertile farmland might produce 10 heads of lettuce over a 90-day period. Where GPDB's vertical growing technology and superior organic fertilizer would produce 648 heads of organic lettuce, outperforming conventional farming by 65 times. And where conventional farming depends on the growing season, living produce is grown year-round in greenhouses, irrespective of climate. Living produce growing technology doesn't waste tons of gasoline and other limited resources, like water, to grow and harvest in California or Kansas and then haul it around in a national distribution system from one warehouse to the next before it ultimately gets delivered to your local market. Each day of that distribution process, your produce loses nutritional value and freshness. The store-bought produce you think you're buying fresh has lost 50% of its nutritional value before it even hits the store shelf. We estimate that in many cases, there's an average of 7 to 10 days between the harvest and the time you buy it. Unlike conventionally bought produce, living produce will be harvested and delivered alive without spending days and days languishing in a warehouse. There are other problems with conventional produce, even organic, like contamination from animal feces, pathogens, downwind overspray of toxic chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides. And it's common knowledge that farm soils in much of the world today are depleted of life-giving minerals. Living produce overcomes the poor quality in farm soils. Our proprietary growing technology delivers a full spectrum of trace minerals and nutrients for healthy, sustainable plant growth, which are missing from conventional produce. You'll be able to see and certainly taste the difference. And living produce will be sold with nutritional specifications displayed on the packaging, raising the bar to unmatched standards. In other words, for the first time ever, consumers around the world will know the vitamin and mineral content of the produce they eat. Until living produce, no farmer in the world was able to grow such a large variety of organic produce hydroponically with the level of plant health, nutrient density, and great taste that Mother Nature intended. I plan to develop 10 living produce growing centers in the U.S. situated for convenient next-day delivery to 90% of the U.S. population. The living produce orders taken at your store will be delivered next day. It will be the freshest, best tasting, most nutrient-dense produce in the world for half the price of organic produce sold at the local store or farmer's market, including free delivery. If you could see the big picture, then you may realize how we're going to get to the point where your customers give you their purchasing loyalty. And if it's not clear to you, then let me make it clear. The health merchant will be uniquely positioned as the authorized distributor of Green Polka Dot Box to offer a complete line of foods that are essential to the typical consumer at prices up to 50% off traditional pricing or more for organic foods. Another way to put it is that only health merchants will have the authority to sell clean foods at prices equal to or less than conventional contaminated foods. You can imagine what will happen to your business when consumers have that aha moment and understand that for the first time ever, clean foods are affordable for everyone, only at the store of a green polka dot box health merchant, your store that they have come to know and trust. Keeping in mind that this year, only 2,000 health merchant distributorships will be offered, doesn't it convey to you the significant advantage that you have to be among the first to hear this information? This is an advantage you cannot afford to lose. I told you at the outset of this presentation that a health merchant would be worth more than a McDonald's franchise. Let me explain why I believe that will be the case. Let's suppose that your store has 2,000 customers shopping monthly, spending an average of $200 each. That's $400,000 in monthly revenue and $40,000 in monthly profit, almost $500,000 a year. That's about what the average McDonald's franchise can do. But look down the road a bit when we have achieved vertical integration and your store is offering essential foods at 75% off current pricing. I'm talking about pricing on clean foods that is equal to or less than pricing on contaminated GMO foods. What's going to happen to those 2,000 customers? Naturally, they will tell 10 or 20 others because it's for the first time ever that clean foods have become affordable for everyone and they can get free delivery no matter where they live. 2,000 customers will turn into 20,000 customers. This is not a mystery. Costco has 65 million customers, all coming by word-of-mouth advertising. Costco is a perfect example of a buying collective that sells merchandise, contaminated GMO foods, mixed with some organics. They started with one store and 100 products about 40 years ago. I think we can do much better, much faster, and nobody has to buy an annual membership to shop at your store. One health merchant store with 20,000 shopping customers in 5 years could be worth more than, well, you do the math. Can you see why I believe a health merchant will be worth more than a McDonald's franchise and why your opportunity to become a health merchant is so valuable? Can you understand how I'm going to build the largest buying collective for clean foods and drive prices right down to the floor? How by working together, we are going to positively influence the lives of millions of our brothers and sisters living in this country. You get the chance to piggyback on 8 years and $13 million that has been invested to own an incredible online health store dedicated to selling at the lowest prices guaranteed, that is positioned so perfectly in front of the megatrends of online shopping and growing demand for clean foods. It can't get any better than this. Your timing is perfect. So what does it cost to operate a store like this? Even at the modest levels of performance and business activity, you can add up the cost for website hosting, software licensing and engineering, inventory acquisition. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar inventory here. Then there's credit card processing, warehouse and distribution facilities acquisition costs and maintenance, shipping costs, customer service personnel and business development expenses, and don't forget legendary customer service and impeccable marketing performance. You're looking at hefty expenses that total nearly $2 million annually. My advisors have told me that I should be offering a health merchant store for at least $20,000, and if I wanted to, for the first few it would be only $10,000. In fact, when I tell you how much it is, I get worried that you won't take it seriously. But right now, I'm less interested in the money and more interested in getting the absolute right partners at this stage. So I've reduced the barrier to entry dramatically. You get to be part of something special as a health merchant. You'll get the advantages of millions of dollars of research, web work, advertising, pricing, sourcing, and years of blood, sweat, and tears by my family without having to spend the time or invest the millions of dollars. So let's see. For only a one-time payment of $4,997 and $195 a month, you can be in business with your own multi-million-dollar store and inventory, representing all the top brands and products, along with all the required operations, logistics, customer care, marketing services provided by Green Polka Dot Box, so that you can start developing a recurring, residual, and passive income that grows and increases in value over the lifetime of your store. I think you'll agree that's a bargain. You can see how becoming a health merchant is the perfect, affordable solution. Now it's time for you to take action. Register now on the form below. Leverage the proven power of a multi-million-dollar business to provide the people within your influence real solutions to achieve a healthy dietary lifestyle. You're going to play a significant role in driving down prices for clean foods to levels at or below contaminated foods. Your involvement will lead to the disruption of the distribution of GMO foods. Start now to receive the financial benefits that pay you passive income day after day, year after year for the rest of your lifetime, while giving the people you know the lowest prices guaranteed for clean foods. This offer will not last long. The number of health merchant distributorships is limited. Enroll now on the form below and become a health merchant while you have the chance. Secure your position as a leader in the clean food revolution. Thanks for watching.